Look at it all. Lovely, lovely money. And it's all mine. Oh.
The Arkham Knight. Knight.
So that's who we had.
How many more bones will you crush? How many lives will you destroy in pursuit of what you call justice? You are the product of everything you fear. Violence, darkness, helplessness. All that remains is for you to watch as I drag your beloved Gotham into oblivion.
Spectacular and even more smoke than at the EA press conference. Batman Arkham Knight on PlayStation 4 will be amazing and comes with Scarecrow nightmare missions that are only available on PlayStation.
Welcome back. We are here to talk about Batman Arkham Knight, which is a game I am personally looking forward to. We're joined by Dax Ginn from Rocksteady Studios. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Great to be here.
So you guys had this really awesome trailer, gameplay. It was gameplay that you showed at our press conference last night. I think we have that queued up somewhere. If we can get that up on the screen, I'd love to talk a bit about it. Awesome. I know that you've got a lot to share with us. Oh, here we go. So we got Batman here. He's getting suited up. Give us a rundown. What's new? What's new in Batman Arkham Knight since the last time we saw it and we were talking about it?
Well, let's start with Gotham City itself, because with the power of the PlayStation 4, we can create this immense game world. So we didn't want just to make it big, and it's 5 times bigger than Arkham City was. We wanted to make it tall. So coming out here of Bruce Wayne's personal office at the top of Wayne Tower and just diving off, and you just get that drop that goes on and on and on. And that's really what we wanted to bring to next gen with Arkham Knight, was that sense of being in Gotham City for real, the authenticity,
look at Gotham. Oh,
the atmosphere. It just looks beautiful, right? Also, the commercial reality of it, the neon lights, make it feel like a city that's actually alive.
Cool. Oh, yeah, we have it in these monitors, too, so we can actually, I don't know, if we want to, you guys look here, we'll look here.
All right. And then bringing in the Batmobile at any time. You know, we wanted to make sure that the Batmobile felt like an extension of Batman's abilities, that augments Batman's abilities, but is only ever like a second away, a button press away. If you want to be driving, one button press and it's there and you seamlessly transition into it. If you want to get out of it, you just eject out at any time. So that kind of interplay between man and machine was really the heart and soul of the entire design of the game.
Yeah, how are you guys designing Gotham in such a way that it's fun whether you're in the Batmobile or you are flying around as Batman? I mean, at any point, you can push a button, you launch out of the Batmobile, you're flying around, push the button again, you're back down in the Batmobile. How are you guys balancing those two different gameplay styles?
Well, it's a huge balancing act because the Batmobile itself also has 2 modes, pursuit mode and battle mode. So at any time, you can transform into battle mode. You get this massive heavy cannon, you get a Vulcan gun, you get a riot suppressor. So there's sort of 3 gameplay silos within the game, Batman being one, battle mode being the big reveal we're making here at E3, going head-to-head with the Arkham Knight's forces, these drone tanks, unmanned, so you can just kick ass as you move through the streets and defend Gotham in the way that Batman is destined to do. Look at that. Oh!
Yeah, what kinds of firepower
I love
are
that.
we
Check
seeing
out
here?
this missile barrage. Targeting 3 guys, take them out with 1 hit. I could watch it all day. I love that sequence. But this is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hitting top speed in pursuit mode, ejecting
Boom,
out,
there it goes.
and then you're just straight back above the game world again. And it's nice and quiet up there. Wow. It's raining. You've got some time to think. And then you can just dive straight back down into combat. So there's this real change of pace and emotion, whether you're Batman in the Batmobile, pursuit mode, or battle mode.
Yeah, so it looks like we're getting into a combat situation here. And I just saw it said Fear Takedown available. What's that all about?
So in Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, we had loads of thugs, but give one of them an assault rifle, and it fundamentally changes all of combat. So in Arkham Knight, we wanted a single combat move that could allow Batman to take out multiple armed thugs all at the same time. So if there's 2 or 3 armed thugs, and you set up a fear takedown. With a single move, you can clear them all and take them down with that one move.
Nice. So what are we seeing here? Is that, I think that we're coming up on kind of an interrogation bit here. We're kind of sneaking around in the rafters here.
So we're in Penguin's weapons cache here, and we're going to go and interrogate Penguin. But this is the thing that we've really been thinking about for the Sony press conference, which took place last night. How do we make the big reveal, which was Scarecrow? And we were talking about fear, and what is the ultimate fear of anyone at a press conference? It's this. It's your game glitching, it's your game crashing. So stupidly, we deliberately crashed our own game to show everyone what fear genuinely feels like. So we've got a deliberate crash in front of millions of people, and then boom, we bring in Scarecrow, the master of fear, the guy who uses fear as a weapon. Because as a games developer, that is fear. That is terrifying any technical problems on a massive scale. So we deliberately did that last night to make sure that everyone understands that's our interpretation of fear, but Scarecrow brings fear into Gotham City and uses that to terrify not only Batman, but the entire civilian population of Gotham.
Nice. Yeah, you guys have been talking about Scarecrow since you revealed the game. You've been, positioning Scarecrow as kind of the big bad, or one of the big bads in Arkham Knight. How are you kind of transitioning from the Joker being the main villain into someone? I mean, there's certain expectations when you talk about Batman. Obviously, the Joker is a big part of it, but we're talking about Scarecrow. Scarecrow is our man here. He looks super menacing. Yeah. What are you guys doing to really hammer home the point of him being a central focus of the game?
Well, that was the plan all the way back to Arkham Asylum. You know, Arkham Asylum, you had Joker and you had Scarecrow, both significant characters and significant antagonists. And then in Arkham City, we deliberately left Scarecrow out because the focus was very much on Joker. And then Joker's death at the end of Arkham City opened the way for Scarecrow to kind of fill the clown's shoes, fill that power vacuum and take control. But they're very, very different characters. You know, Joker is all about chaos. And no one could really unite against Batman when Joker was in control. Bringing in Scarecrow, he's much more about a bigger agenda. So he has united the entire rogues gallery to take down Batman once and for all. And that's why the Arkham Knight is there, bringing in his military force to flush Batman out. That's why Penguin's there, distributing arms. Two-Face is involved, Harley Quinn, Riddler. They're all part of Scarecrow's master plan. And that's a very, very different experience than what gamers had in Arkham City, because all of those those supervillains were fighting each other just as much as they were fighting Batman. So they feel like two very different Gotham cities. The power hierarchy is really distinct.
Yeah, now you mentioned the Arkham Knight. That's a character that you guys have shown off in some art, and I think he made an appearance in an earlier trailer. Really striking looking character design. Tell us a little bit more about the Arkham Knight and what role he's going to play in the game, as much as you can, obviously.
Sure thing, because the Arkham Knight for us filled a vacuum. We had a lot of supervillains who challenge Batman in very specific ways. So the Riddler challenges Batman on the intellectual battlefield. Penguin challenges Batman in Harley Quinn challenges lots of ways as well. But none of them really step to Batman in a very combative way. And so we designed the Arkham Knight to be this combat specialist. So when Batman goes head-to-head in combat, he's really evenly matched. But on top of that, he's the commander of this immense, vast, varied military force. And that's why Batman needs battle mode. That's why the Batmobile transforms battle mode, because the Arkham Knight's forces occupying Gotham. The only way Batman can defend against that is by bringing out his own military force, and that's what battle mode's all about.
Cool. Now, Arkham City was, this is the last game that you guys worked on, and this is, Arkham Knight is a direct follow-up to Arkham City, regarded by many, myself included, as one of the best games of the last console generation. What are you guys, what else are you guys doing to really step it up on PlayStation 4 and to just, go that one step further than Arkham City?
For us, the power of the PlayStation 4 was really about bringing the Batman to life. We know that at the heart of all of our design is this idea of being the Batman. And so in Arkham Asylum, it was like, how can you be the world's greatest detective? So the forensics, tracking down Joker, that cat and mouse battle between Batman and Joker was the kind of core of that experience. But Batman isn't just forensics and detective work. And that's what Arkham City was about. The Cape Crusader, being able to grapple and glide through Arkham City was a huge design change. But taking all of that into account, there's one thing that was always missing for us. When you think Batman, you think the Batmobile. And so to deliver the complete Batman experience, we had to put the Batmobile in there. Yeah. The only way we could do that is by next-gen tech. And the PlayStation 4 gives us the ability to create a car that can drive at the sort of legendary speeds of the Batmobile, that's got this offensive ability in battle mode, and a game world that's big enough to encompass all of that, to allow you to drive super fast and just not hit the edge of the city. So building out the entirety of Gotham City was a huge next-gen challenge that we could only do on PlayStation 4.
So what percentage of Gotham City would you say is destructible by the Batmobile? Because watching the Batmobile driving around, you just see him crashing through stuff, taking out pillars and different ledges and street poles and everything. Where do you guys draw the line? What can't you destroy by driving into it?
We really have to think about what real expectation of destruction. So if you want to take a shortcut by cutting off the corner of a building, you can do that. Batmobile will just drive straight through it. If there's any street furniture, whether phone boxes or park benches, you can just cut straight through them. But there are limitations. You can't drive straight through a building because that wouldn't kind of line up with people's expectation of reality. But definitely the city, I couldn't put a percentage on it, but you can see the kind of epic level you achieve in this game.
Nice. Now, one thing that really struck me about the gameplay we saw last night is a kind of a seamless transition from kind of what looked like a cinematic sequence straight into gameplay. Talk a little bit about how you guys are making that happen.
Yeah, that's a huge kind of technical and creative challenge to ensure that all of the narrative pieces, all the cutscenes, are all set up to allow you to seamlessly transition into gameplay. How we do it, we just work really hard to make sure that those transitions are seamless, but it's a completely different way of approaching game development on next gen. And this is something we talk about a lot. That next gen just isn't about prettier graphics. Thank you very much. It's not just about prettier graphics. It's about rethinking games development from the ground up, and the sense of receiving narrative information and then going into gameplay. That's kind of a next-gen experience, and we had to grapple with that problem and find solutions to delivering that, because if we didn't do that, it would have just felt a little bit long in the tooth. So, yeah, always being in the moment, always being somewhere between story and gameplay, it was just something we wanted to do, so we solved the problems to make it happen.
Awesome. Sounds fantastic. Well, Dax, thank you so much for joining us. That's Batman Arkham Knight coming to PlayStation 4.
All that remains is for you to watch as I drag your beloved Gotham into oblivion.